I never imagined I'd catch my own parents plotting against me. But betrayal rarely shouts. Sometimes, it sneaks in quietly, like the faint static on a home security feed at 2 a.m., exposing the people who raised you scheming to strip you of everything. I remember the moment vividly. My apartment was dark. My phone screen glowed, an unwitting witness. And there they were, my mother, my father, and my younger brother, standing in my living room, convinced I wouldn't return early from my night shift. My mother's voice was calm, almost clinical. Once he leaves next month, we'll tell him the landlord wants the apartment back. Then we transfer it to your name. She wasn't talking about me. My father nodded, hands clasped behind him like a commander orchestrating a raid. He'll accept it. He always does. And my brother, quiet and spoiled, just smirked. He won't fight. He never fights. That wasn't betrayal yet. That was assumption. The first crack. The lie I had lived in. Growing up, I believed loyalty meant silence. They praised me for being understanding, mature, patient. In truth, I was merely convenient. I worked early jobs while my brother slept. I saved money while he demanded more. I bought this apartment at 24, fully in my name. Yet they treated it like shared property. I convinced myself they loved us equally. I needed that lie. But that night, watching them on the security footage, the truth was undeniable. I was the one they leaned on, he was the one they lifted up. The betrayal didn't sting because they chose him, it stung because they assumed I'd vanish willingly to make space for him. The pieces fell into place. In hindsight, the signs were clear. My mother asking for my spare key just in case. My father casually suggesting I consider moving closer to work. My brother mentioning he liked the view from my apartment. Tiny threads, one by one, pulling at the sweater I thought was family. That night, pausing the footage at the exact frame where my brother smiled, something settled inside me. Not rage, not heartbreak, but a chilling clarity. They thought I wouldn't fight. They were right, I wouldn't fight. I would end it. The plan took shape. I didn't confront them immediately. Emotions cloud judgment, emotional people lose. Instead, I spent 3 days preparing. I printed stills from the security footage. Gathered financial records proving I alone had purchased the apartment. Contacted the landlord to flag any potentially fraudulent requests and made myself the sole point of communication. My lawyer drafted a simple letter reinforcing my exclusive ownership in case things escalated. Then came the dinner. A family dinner, I said. My treat. A celebration. They arrived smiling, believing I was still the obedient son who let everything slide. They didn't realize they were walking into their own testimony. The restaurant was dim, quiet, with round tables perfect for observing reactions. I chose a corner booth, the kind no one could pass without brushing against me. We ordered, made small talk. I listened as they casually laid out their imagined future. My brother spoke of his upcoming move. My mother hinted at new arrangements. My father lectured on compromise. I let them weave the fantasy where I quietly stepped aside. Then I placed the envelope on the table. "What's this?" my father asked. "An update." "About the apartment," I said. My brother grinned, anticipating victory. My mother's eyes sparkled with poorly hidden satisfaction. "Open it," I said. Inside were still images from the security footage, the exact moments they plotted behind my back. Their faces fell in perfect unison. Cinematic. Almost beautiful. "You were spying on us," my father said sharply. I shook my head slowly. "No. You were trespassing." My brother swallowed, suddenly silent. Then I laid the final document on the table, notarized confirmation of my sole ownership, legally preventing any transfer or manipulation without my explicit consent. "You planned to give away something that was never yours," I said. "That ends tonight." My mother tried to speak but choked on the words. My father's face hardened, realizing he had underestimated the child he thought was weak. My brother looked at me as if discovering I had teeth. I let the silence stretch, letting them sit with the weight of their own schemes. Finally, I said, "You didn't just plan to take my apartment. You planned to take my place, My existence, my worth. You assumed I'd stay silent. I leaned back.